So hello guys, now today we are going to discuss about important concept in the OOPS that is known as abstraction. So we have already covered three pillars, that is we have four, we know already four, there are four pillars of OOPS concept. So one is encapsulation, one is inheritance, one is polymorphism, and the last one is the abstraction. So what is meant by abstraction? So I have written a comment for you, let's read it and you will understand what is meant by this after writing the code. So here the comment says hiding the implementation and showing only what's necessary. So here we can get to know a important keyword known as abstract. For the abstraction, we need to know about this keyword abstraction, not abstract. So we need to know about this keyword. So we will get to know about in a short while. So what we can do here is, so let me create a class called laptop. Suppose you are assume that you are creating a laptop. So not you are not buying a laptop. Assume that you are creating a laptop. So not laptop. Here first computer, because computer is abstract. There is no computer in the world. So there is only desktop or laptop like that kind. So this computer is an abstract concept. Means there is no computer actually in the world. We generally use laptops or desktop or PC, like that kind of thing. There is no computer. So in this, what you will do is, first of all, let me create a function called play music, because computer can play music. Okay, so let me make it a void, because it will be not going to do anything, just for demonstration, just for printing some stuff in the terminal that I am doing here. So you can simply print something in the terminal, like I can play music. Okay, in the computer I just made a class known as play music. The computer can play music. So after that I came here and I will say computer can also have files, like, so I will say void files. So there are many file operations that you can have. So file can have file deletion, file updation, and file creation, deletion, updation, and what other than what, all the operations that you can have. You can have a switch case over here, and you have multiple methods inside a complex logic also you can have. So just for understanding of this abstraction, I just made a computer class. Inside that we have just play music. It is okay, we are implementing here only. But if you decided that you don't want to implement, or you don't know how to implement this here, your friend wants to implement or to reduce the complexity, because this files is that much big that you cannot able to handle this much code in a single class. If you do that, code becomes clumsy. You thought about that. So because there are many file operations, update, delete, how to handle when double clicked on that, and what is the type of file, whether it is a .pdf, .excel, or there are many types of files. I hope you know. So someone came and decided these files I will not going to implement over here. So just what we can do, we can just simply declare over that. So in the languages like C, C++, we have something called the function declaration. So the concept is somewhat like that only. We can declare a function like this. So the function name is files. So you cannot simply do that. So if you want to do, so you just assume that you have declared that, and how to, I will create an object and I will show the comparison difference also. So I will say computer, and I will create a object, and okay, I will say computer. So with the help of this object, I will call the play music function. So there is no issue if I run here. So you can see it is printing I can play music, because we can able to call the function play music with the help of this object in the demo class. Okay, that's right, because with the help of object we can do anything because this is the object oriented programming language. But we do not have the functionality to have the file system here. So what if you can able to call with the help of this object, if you called these files also, what will be going to happen if you run that? So there is nothing, because we are not implementing anything in this here. So what if you remove this, we just declared in the other languages. If you want to just declare, you don't want to implement this, so you can simply mention a keyword called abstract. So what is meant by this abstract keyword? So basically, if you are mentioning for any function, if you are mentioning abstract means you just declaring that you are not going to implement here. In the next class or somewhere in the other class, you are going to implement that, but currently in this class you are not going to implement that. Okay. So yeah, you can see error over that, and if you hover over that, you can see you can read clearly what is the error. So it is saying computer is not abstract and does not abstract method files in the abstract class. So basically it is saying that if you want to have an abstract methods, you just in this you think in this class you can only have abstract classes or normal classes. You can also have abstract classes. If you think that, you can simply mention this is abstract class. Problem solved. So if you over that, there is no problem over that. So it is saying abstract class computer extends object. So okay, there is no error in that. So basically we can see, so it is saying an abstract class we have, an abstract normal method also we have. So mind you, an abstract class can also have an abstract methods and normal methods. Now what I want to do is, suppose if I want to extend this computer to a laptop, so I will come down, I will make a class called laptop. So first I did not make a laptop, that's the reason, because the computer is a parent class and laptop is a child class. So this child class will extend the computer class. Okay, this laptop class is extending the computer class. Now it is showing error because so laptop is not abstract and does not override the abstract method. So what is meant by that error? So basically you are extending what? You are extending computer. So computer is a abstract class. So whenever you are extending the abstract class, you definitely want to implement this abstract methods. If you do not, if you fail to if you fail to implement these abstract methods, it will be going to throw an error. So let me show that. If I remove this extends, see there is no error. If I do that, so it will be going to throw an error. So I will be removing this error with the help of the implementation of this method. So after implementing that method, so you can see clearly see that there is no error in this. So what I will do is, I will just will be going to implement this. So just to simply copy this, so paste it here. So just simply remove this abstract keyword. So remove the semicolon and open here. Okay, just simply mention, okay, I am okay, it seems all is good. So now there is no error, but here we have a warning. What is that warning? So if you are having a laptop class and extending to computers, it is giving an error. Why? Because we are creating an object of an computer. So let me fix that, because let me write a comment for you. You cannot create. So this is a very important thing that you need to note in your notes or like comments. In these comments you need to note down. That is very important, because you cannot able to make the objects. So this is the object. You cannot able to make the object of computer because the computer is an abstract class. So whatever you decided that you are going to make all the stuff, that you are just declaring the functions, not you are not going to implement anything in that function, then only you can able to use this abstract keyword. Otherwise you cannot use that, because don't use that, because you cannot able to make objects of the abstract class. So you have to extend that, and you need to mention definitely the methods in the other class. So but not only that, in spite of having the abstract classes, we can have other classes with other methods as well in the abstract class. So there is no issue in that, but you cannot able to make the objects of abstract class. So instead of making the abstract computer object, just simply make the laptop object. So yeah, computer reference is possible because of the polymorphism. So we can see playing music, and we can able to access the files also, because this is the type of the laptop. This is the type of the laptop class. So in the laptop class we have files also, so there is no issue. Now let's run and see what happens. So you can see we are printing I can play music, and it is playing I am doing file operations, because first of all with the help of this object we are calling this function, because even though it is abstract we can use this method, right? Because this method is not abstract. So next thing is, with the help of this we are calling the files. Okay, this is completely valid. I hope you understood. So what if you fail to implement this method also? Assume that, so you are mentioning that you are this is an abstract class, okay, and we have an abstract method inside that, and assume that you are not extending that abstract class, and you are not implementing this abstract class inside this also. So then this laptop also will become abstract. So even though if you are not able to implement this abstract method in the abstract class here, so then this laptop also will become the abstract class. So you need to implement this and the other class. So you in this, so let's say update a laptop. Okay, this updated laptop will be extending to the laptop. This updated laptop will be extending to laptop. It is showing error because, so as this is abstract class, basically it need to implement all the methods in the abstract class. It is extending. So if you go to the computer, it has an abstract class, but it is not implementing here. So definitely you need to implement over here. So you can simply say here also, you can mention public. So this is the way how you deal with abstract classes. So assume that you have, and as this is the abstract class, you can have abstract methods in this as well. So assume that you have another operations. So come here. So copy this, paste here. Assume that you have another operations like office. So you have operations called office, but you are not implementing the method over here. You just mention the method. So you need to definitely make the function over here. Otherwise, it will be going to return an error for this updated laptop. So for that, I will just simply reuse my code. So say office. So in this office, you are just simply going to say office. I hope now you understood. If you declared any abstract methods, definitely you need to have definitely implementation of that abstract methods in the concrete class. So this is known as concrete class. So this is known as abstract class. This is known as abstract class. This is known as the updated laptop is known as the concrete class. So why it is known as concrete class? Because we definitely need to implement the files and office. So it's not like that you definitely have this abstract method here only. So you can just simply cut it here. You can have multiple abstract methods in a single abstract class. So not only that, you can implement in the updated laptop because we are extending that with the two parent classes. So this is the ultimate parent class. Computer is the ultimate parent class. So this is the parent class. This is the child class. So in the child class also you can implement that method. So there is no issue, but you need to implement that. That's main motto. So if you run that, see it's showing error because you don't want to create this laptop. Rather than you need to create an updated laptop because we have updated our laptop. Now this updated laptop has feature of this office as well because this laptop class is abstract now because it is not able to implement the files because we have declared in here files. We are extending laptop with the computer, but we are not implementing this abstract method. So we are extending with the updated laptop. So I have changed here also. Now let me run that. So you can see it is showing I can play music, I can have files, but we are not having that. So office function. So let me create for that office. Okay, there is no issue here. So let me run that. So you can see I can play music, files, office. So this is the way, this is known as abstraction in the Java. I hope you understood. Now let me read this comment. Hiding the implementation and showing only what's necessary. So what is meant by this comment? So basically you are hiding all the implementation, all the function implementation, or all the logic of the function here, and you are implementing all the logic of the function in other class, that is laptop, or in the child class, that is in the other class as well. So that is known as hiding the data. This abstraction is very well useful for the hiding of the implementation and implementing in other class. So that is the main use case of the using abstract keyword. So here abstract keyword is very important or useful for this abstraction.